is a post-bail plea. Counsel for Goa says, addressing the court about the developments taking place, about how Luthra brothers misled the court authorities and fled the country to evade. 25 people, remember, have lost their life in this unfortunate incident. The Council for Goa says 20 of them are the employees of the club, so employees of Luthra brothers. The council is also taking the court through medical history and has submitted a prescription where some tablets were given without seeing the patient. So he is basically trying to demolish the arguments that have been presented by Luthra brothers to access anticipatory bail. So the Council for Goa is saying the ailment of Luthra brothers, one of them, was not so threatening, trying to demolish that ground to access bail. We have Rucha and Bhavtosh joining us on the broadcast. Let's first go across to Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, Council for Goa trying to demolish each and every argument that has been made by Luthra brothers, whether it's about traveling to Thailand for business, whether it's about the medical condition that they have cited. The Council for Goa also continuously saying that they have misled the court.
Yes, Swati, in fact, one of the important points that have been raised by the Council for Goa is that the actual case has happened in Goa and that they have evaded from India and they are now applying for bail in Delhi. So that is a very important point that has been presented by the Council for Goa. And he has said that they are now seeking for a cancellation of the non-bailable warrants while applying for the anticipatory bail in Delhi. They said, yes, such issues have been earlier dealt by the higher courts, whether it's the High Court and Supreme Court, but those cases are pertaining to the article of right of life or right of liberty. In this case, they have said that the accused in this case are actually absconders. They have fled from the country primarily because of the fact that they are involved in a very tragic incident in which 25 people have lost their lives. They said that they did not join the investigation. Importantly, they have also said that as soon as the fire tragedy happened and they were informed by their own staff, they, instead of joining the investigation, coming over to Goa to help their staff, they decided to flee the country, and in fact they went to a place which has a tourist visa. Now those are the important points that have been raised by the council, but the Council of Luthra has said that they fear for threat of life, but this has been countered by the Council of Delhi Police as well as Goa, saying that the medicines that have been prescribed to them are not life-threatening.
Absolutely. So trying to demolish all the arguments that have been made by Luthra brothers to access that anticipatory bail, also trying to establish a point how they have misled the court by citing the grounds that they have to get an anticipatory bail. Bhavtosh, in this exchange which is happening, Luthra brothers also saying that the incident was not intentional and that the staff that was involved in day-to-day management of the club has already been arrested. So they are trying to distance themselves from not just the tragedy, but the day-to-day operations as well.
Yes, Swati, in fact, what they have said so far and what they have maintained since yesterday is that the vicarious liabilities in this case, or the guilt in this case, not lies with the Luthra brothers, or the liability lies with the staffers who have already been arrested in this case. The council further went on to say that there are people who are after the incident who are sending threats to him, in this case Saurabh Luthra, and to his wife, and they have said that this has all happened after the incident has taken place. They have said that whether the police should follow the order of the executive, that is in this case the state government, or should make the arrest on the basis of proof. What it means is that they have said that the police in a very haphazard manner has decided that the culpability of this fire or this incident lies with the accused in this case, and they have said that without carrying out any investigation, they have decided to arrest them.
All right, Bhavtosh and Rucha, stay on with us. We are getting more breaking inputs and more information about the argument which is currently underway. Luthra's bail plea hearing is taking place. There's a fiery courtroom showdown underway. And after the arguments presented by Council for Goa, Luthras are rejecting that argument. Luthra Brothers Council says the incident was not intentional and also alleges threat to life. So there's a sensational claim being made in court by Luthra Brothers. They're claiming that the authorities are acting with vengeance. Let me go across to Rucha, who's joining us on the broadcast with more details. She is joining us from Goa, where the incident took place. Luthra's counsel says in court, Rucha, everything happening against them is minute by minute, and that shows that it is being done for revenge. So they are alleging the authorities, the government, taking action as revenge.
Well, of course, the points that are being put by the councils show that the brothers are trying to play victim here again and again. Yesterday also similar kind of argument was seen. The lawyers from the Luthras wanted to frame them innocent in this entire case. They mentioned that the brothers were on a business trip which was already pre-planned, but as we went through the timeline, as we found out, the brothers were well aware while they were booking the flight to Phuket. The incident had already taken place, and after which they planned to leave the country, run away from their responsibilities. In fact, until now, there are several arrests. More than 6 arrests have been made by the Goa police, and there is no chance that the brothers are going to get away with what they have done. The responsibility that they are not ready to take, and are still playing a victim card here. And in fact, there are some arguments where the lawyers have mentioned that the families of Luthras are also being targeted. Now the victim card is being played, but it is also important question about what about those families, the victims' families who have lost their loved one. 25 people have died there, and the owners of the club are saying that the people are sending threats to their families after this entire mishap. And currently there are various special teams that are formed by the Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawant, and the strongest evidence is being brought together to make a stronger case so that the brothers cannot get away from the Goa police. Once they are handed over to the Goa police,
right,
the strong case is being made, and
that
all
remains
the
to be seen whether the Goa administration, the government there, has a strong case against Luthra brothers or not. Rucha, stay on with us. Let me go back to Bhavtosh. As we speak, again the argument of managers being involved in day-to-day operations and Luthra brothers operating 20-27 restaurants, hotels, from Delhi is being made. But Bhavtosh, do these managers actually have the right to take decisions on their own? They are just employees there.
Swati, what our colleague Dipankar has said, or he's present in the courtroom, is the fact that the Council of Luthras said that the offense is directly attributable to people, in this case the accused, who are more than 1,000 kilometers away. What he's saying is that the accused in this case are 1,000 kilometers away, and they are being accused of this crime. He has also said that operational managers are the one who are taking the direct calls as far as the operation of the kitchen is concerned, and that these calls are not being taken directly by the Luthra brothers. Importantly, he has said that he has only gone to Goa twice this year, and who is managing the operation of this kitchen is some subject matter of investigation. He has also said that the police has said that he has no business in Phuket, but he said that he is setting up a business there, and this can be checked by the documents that will be submitted by them at a later stage in the trial. Importantly, he has also said that he is trying to play a victim card here, is that if he has ran like a rabbit, as the prosecution is saying, then he said that I'm coming back here to face the trial. Then he fears that he will be lynched in Goa, and that his properties could be set ablaze. Now, this is very shocking, the fact that he has in fact ran away from this entire incident after he is virtually a fugitive. He was tracked by the central agencies, who in coordination with Thai police tracked him down. He is now claiming that both of them are now claiming that they are coming back. Now they are fearing that they will be lynched by in Goa, and their properties will be
being made there during the arguments. Luthra brothers also saying that they have a habit of traveling in this manner, just booking tickets a couple of hours before they are actually going to travel. That's what they're telling the court. And also that the authorities are acting against them because this is some sort of a revenge that is being taken. Bhavtosh, Rucha, stay on with us. We also have Priyank on the broadcast. Priyank, let me just break down the details of what we've reported so far on the pre-arrest bail plea, and then I'll come to you. So here's the detail. Contention 1, travel to Thailand for a business meeting. This argument has been challenged by the Council for Goa. Contention 2, applicant not in control of operations at restaurant. Number 3, Saurabh and his partners operate from Delhi. Applicant runs 27 restaurants from the national capital. And this is part of Saurabh Luthra's plea in Delhi court, which is being heard. Contention 5, managers look after day-to-day operations. They're putting the blame entirely on the managers who look after day-to-day operations. Contention 6, Birch Restaurant has the required licenses. Number 7, property had fire safety equipment installed. Number 8, incident and accident not criminal intent. Number 9, was illegally issued a notice by Passport Authority. Number 10, ready and willing to join the investigation. This is what they've said in their plea. Let's go back to our reporters, to Priyank. Priyank, so the Luthra brothers in their bail plea are saying that they're used to traveling like this, booking tickets just a couple of hours before they are to take off, and that the authorities are acting to take revenge. This action against them is nothing but revenge. They are saying the managers are responsible for day-to-day affairs. They've already been arrested. We sit in the national capital. We operate our restaurants from here.
Swati, just a matter of few minutes, whenever they are detained by the Indian agencies, their call log detail will clearly show that how many calls did they receive from the management through the WhatsApp and other encrypted apps, as well as the calls which are made to them, which can certainly establish that this was not a random visit which was taken by them. If you look at the timing which we have already shown, first of all, the breaking input which we are getting for our viewers is that now they are playing another card by victim card by saying that there is these all minute by minute process is looking as if this is a revenge against me. Who will try to take revenge against those individuals who have been accused of killing 25 individuals? What are the family members have been saying has been brought to us on Times Now, where Bhavna, one of the deceased wife, has clearly stated that all she wants is justice. There was no one to take care of them. But in the court argument, just for the sake of these big legal luminaries who have been representing the Luthra brothers, they have been trying to put forward the best of the argument which they can do to save the client. But is it justified? How is it possible that someone is trying to take revenge instead of realizing and accepting the fact that they should have joined the investigation and they should have rushed to Goa to help all those individuals who had been working for them, who had been the guest for them, who had been providing money to them, and who have been working day and night for the Luthra brothers? They prefer to go for the vacation. See, the fact is that they have been detained. Very soon they will be deported back. And the laws also know it for the fact, Swati, that according to the BNS, a new law which is there in our country, there's an option of trial in absentia, that even if the Luthra brothers could not have come back to India, even if they could have managed to stay in some other country, just like the manner in which all these fugitives have been staying, they could have been trial against them. The worst part which could have hit their business is that they could have been action against all those 27 so-called big shot, restaurants which they have been claiming before the court. Right. These restaurants could have been impounded. The action could have been taken by the authorities against them.
So it's not. Were the managers responsible for flouting of norms as well? Were they acting without keeping their bosses in know-how of what was happening? Let me go across to Rucha for more on that. Rucha, Luthra brothers are saying that there was a fire safety equipment system in place at the restaurant. And the question is, was the staff not trained to use them? The question also is being raised on one single entry and exit point. There are other norms as well. The underground kitchen, the basement kitchen, a lot of norms flouted, but Luthra brothers are saying that we are not involved in day-to-day operations.
This argument, what we just are aware of, that there was fire safety in place is what the Luthra's lawyers are claiming. Well, I was the one who entered the site. Times Now was the only channel who entered within the premises on the very location where the fire took place, and wherever we went, we did not find a single fire extinguisher inside the club. There was no hose pipe. There was no ventilation system. The entire structure that we saw, a round-shaped structure, was fully covered with glass, and on the roof of it there was a structure, a sheet of bamboos and of wood. Most of the structure was made of wood, which is why the fire triggered even faster. And there was only one door which went through the staircase. There was only very small space, only one door for the kitchen staff to come out and to go in, but nobody at that time informed the kitchen staff, which is why they kept doing their work. They continued preparing meals or the drinks for their guests and unaware about what is happening.
They had no idea that the fire tragedy had struck, and also after they realized there was no escape for them. But the owners say they were not involved in day-to-day operations. They are putting the blame on the managers. Let's go across to Priyank. Priyank, now medical grounds being discussed, that Saurabh has epilepsy and that the other brother, Gaurav, has some neuro issues.
Yes, they had also submitted 4 of the documents from the Indraprastha hospital yesterday, Swati, when we had managed to get the petition copy, which was filed on behalf of Luthra brothers, which was forwarded to the lawyers by Saurabh Luthra's wife. This is what we got to know. In the further course of argument, they have been saying that I will prove my case. I will try to just get a transit relief so that I can come and depose before the agency. And they are also once again reiterating the point that I had to set up an restaurant in Phuket. So the basic fact is that instead of going to the merit of the case, the lawyers have been demanding a transit relief so that the Luthras can come back. They want to join the investigation. They know it very well that sooner or later they have to be back to the country. This is what I was trying to tell you to our viewers, that the Indian law, the new law, is certainly having an option that even if someone is away from the country, the trial and the absentia can happen. So the lawyers know this fact very well, that Luthras will have to come and depose before the law. They have already been detained in Thailand, and it's just a matter of few hours where the procedural things can be sorted out.
Also using the emotional card. Priyank, look at the new points of argument that have come to fore. They are using the victim card and the emotional card as well, saying that they had to set up a restaurant in Phuket where they were going to hire Indians. So should they be lynched for doing that?
Obviously, these are the vague explanations which have been given. But there's one more input which I was trying to focus on, that the Thailand authorities have said that there is no deportation request which has come up from the Indian authorities. That's a very major important issue which can be looked into consideration. Because so far there was a red corner notice. Since the passports have been cancelled, the accused could be deported back to India. But the deportation notice being mentioned by the Immigration Department of Thailand is also important, which can create a bit of delay in sending back these 2 accused brothers back to India. On the other side, in the court argument, they have been saying that they fear that they could be lynched. They fear that this is certainly being done as a part of revenge someone is trying to take from me. What they are also trying to imply, that they want to depose before the officers by the investigating team, but all they need is to have a stay on the arrest. You can imagine someone who has a fugitive mindset, who has managed to flee away from country and who has been using best of the lawyers to defend themselves. Will they be able to give the exact detail to the interrogation team until and unless they are in the police custody? That's not possible, and that has not happened in the past as well. That's why there is a need for taking police remand of all these accused. So the argument is going on. It's becoming a bit lengthy. The kind of argument which is being done is to portray Luthras as victim, but the court has also seen the kind of report which has been coming on various media platforms. The court is also aware about the fact that the accused had booked the ticket at around 1:15, which has also briefed to the court. So
but
we are certainly
the point that you were making about
the
deportation notice is very important. I'll come back to you on that. I just want to quickly take an update from Rucha. Rucha, earlier we reported that when the Indian team goes to Thailand, they'll be handed over to the Indian team. Has any team left from India? What is the status?
As of now, the Goa police teams are on standby and they are waiting only for the orders to come. And the Chief Minister in the morning had a brief discussion with the DG, with the DIG and IG about all the proceedings that are further going to take place. The teams of Goa police are still on waiting for an order from above to come. And what we are learning is that the team that had previously gone to Delhi from Goa police is already there, and they are the ones who will be possibly getting the brothers back in Goa. And currently multiple teams are formed to gather evidences, strong evidences, to make a strong case against all the senior police officials of Goa, and constantly the meetings, the discussions are underway, and very soon we are also expecting Chief Minister of Goa to make a briefing on what is the latest update by the Goa government, by the Goa police on the same, while there are the proceedings for the deportation and handing over is going to happen. Here at Goa, the Goa police's special teams are already
so
on special
teams
mission.
are on standby as far as Goa police is concerned. I want to go back to Priyank, and Priyank, I just want to understand, is this anyhow in any way related to the hearing which is underway?
This procedure by the Goa police? No, Swati, because
the process. Why has the team not left? And the issue that you were raising earlier about the deportation notice.
See, Swati, basically there has to be extradition request. We need to go from extradition request. We need to go from Indian authorities to the Thai authorities. What sources have been telling us from the Thai authorities that so far they have not got any kind of request from India regarding deportation of these two individuals, although they have been detained by the Immigration Bureau. The IMM, which is the Immigration Bureau of Thailand, from the hotels when the passports were cancelled. I also tried to talk to the hotel staff, Swati. They don't have any kind of information regarding the hotel room being booked in the name of Luthra brothers. But when we asked them that whether they were Thai police officials, the Royal Thai police official who had come to the location to detain someone, they kept mum, which means they were trying to save the identity and the protection of the guests who have been staying in that particular hotel. So that is also raising suspicion that whether they were staying in the hotel with a fake, it would have been booked by someone else's name. That will come in the later stage.
Absolutely. But, you know, the Council for Goa saying that if they went on a business trip, why is it that their family members had no clue and that they were not able to share any information of whereabouts of the Luthras? Priyank and Rucha, thank you for getting us the details. Let's take a look at some ground reports.
It is game over for the Luthra brothers as they have been detained from Bangkok in Thailand. We're reporting from there where the Hotel Indigo behind me. This is the exact spot from where we are being told that they were picked up. We previously also reported sources confirming that they were around this area. This is a tourist area. You can see there are several shops here as well, and this is always hustling and bustling with activity. The Luthra brothers are now waiting deportation to India while we bring you exclusive ground reports from Ground Zero in Phuket.